gentlemen. Okay, hi.
Hello,
It's
hello.
hello
What's up?
everybody.
Welcome
It's the
back.
sport. Welcome back, of course. Yes, welcome to the Sporticulation Podcast. I am Yusuf.
I'm Parse.
And I'm Anton.
You know what the difference between us and the Arizona Coyotes are? Is we have a home on YouTube. The Arizona Coyotes do not have one, apparently. Oh dear, okay. I'm gonna.
Well, they have a
preface
YouTube
this.
channel.
Let's
That's
talk
They do have a
about
YouTube channel.
that
the
we're
Let's
doing.
let's
article
start something here.
first.
Let's start something here before we get to that, because we're gonna get to that. We talked about Arizona a little bit on Sportculation before. What with the incident from last year's
Cue
draft
the
where they picked
flashback.
that kid. There was a lot of shit that Arizona has been responsible for. Tyler and I have gone on numerous rants about them on Up the Board because their owner just does not want to pay for anything, even though he's supposedly worth $2 billion. No one really knows.
Cue the flashback.
Arizona's Eugene Melnick.
Basically, but somehow, the Coyotes just keep getting worse. Parse, please do the honors.
Yeah. All right. So to everybody, all the viewers today, the things we're going to talk about, it's a pretty big one. If you're a hockey fan, and if you're not a hockey fan, well, just hear this out. Okay. So the stadium that the Arizona Coyotes are located at and they play at doesn't really matter, but of course it's important. Is the Glendale arena at Gila River?
The Gila River Arena is what it's called. Yeah,
Gila River Arena in Phoenix,
Yep.
and apparently their lease is not getting renewed after 2022, so they're not going to have a home after the 2021-2022 season. So the question remains is where they're going to play, and honestly, that's what this episode is about. Let us know what you guys think, because we even don't know, and we're going to speculate on the Sportculation Podcast. That's what we do. So let's get into it.
So here's the best part about this. Before we really kick things off here, because this is gonna get fucking hilarious. It's not that only their lease is coming up, and the guys that own the arena, or the management company that owns the arena, is not renewing it. From the headlines I've read over the last week or two since this news has come out, is that they are being evicted from the arena as of.
Wow, so
There's a date here. All right, so Katie Strang from The Athletic, who, by the way, y'all should go check out The Athletic. It's a great site for sports journalism. And Katie handles all the Arizona Coyote news. She's the one that broke the Mitchell Peters news, or the Mitchell, whatever his last name was, last year. Mitchell something. She's the one that broke the news about their owner, Alex Maruello, and the fact that he wouldn't pay, like, $200 for the team to get pizza during an overtime period. She's reported on a lot of stuff, and Katie's done some really great writing on what's been going on in the Arizona Coyotes organization. But it actually mentions, and this is from Sportsnet, directly from her as a quote, is that the management of Arizona and the management of Gila River have made a agreement that the team and entire organization, including management, office, and everything, will need to vacate the facility by the 30th of June.
Okay.
Wow.
I feel like we should really ask Anton what you think about the situation first, because I would love to hear what you got to say about this entire fiasco.
It's just gonna go from calm as possible with Anton probably, and just
it's got to marinate a little bit.
Oh yeah, let it process.
Okay,
let it process.
All right. First of all, if they're getting into the playoffs, they're not getting past the first round. So
No.
they got a little bit of time. I mean, depending on how the season goes and like how many times they might have to pause it, but because people are vaccinated, I think they'll probably run it as like a regular season kind of schedule. So they got a little bit of time. Geez, June 30th. I mean, I've seen those time lapses of how they're able to like switch from a concert to a basketball arena to a hockey arena, back to a concert, back to a conference, overnight. But like, yeah, I guess they gotta be out, like move all their stuff that they have in the halls, all the posters and stuff. Geez, yeah. So where are they gonna go? Nobody really knows. So like, the president CEO really wants to stay with the city. Whether or not it's Glendale or whether it's like within the metro area still. Whether it's let's see where else they could go. They could be in Scottsdale. They could be in Tempe.
They could go to Phoenix. The
Mesa.
Suns are. I mean, they were in Phoenix, and then they weren't, and then they were kind of in Tucson, and then they weren't in Tucson.
Yeah.
So
I guess they could stay within Arizona. But like, I don't know how many hockey fans are in Arizona. I mean, I know it's a populated state.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who formerly lived in cold places. Your Montanas, your Minnesotas, your Canadas, your Canadians who have moved down to the Sun Belt. And Phoenix topped Chicago as one of the largest cities in the United States. So I guess there are a lot of people there who, maybe have grown up playing hockey and grown up loving hockey, and moving to Arizona, maybe to retire or something. So maybe you can find another place. I just don't know if there's got to be an arena that's big enough, right? An indoor arena, or an indoor, stadium that's big enough. You think?
I mean, okay. So my source here is our dear friend of the show and our co-host on Up the Boards, Tyler Richmond, who has been following this for a little bit because he is very much on board with the Arizona Coyotes just not existing anymore. Like, not even relocating. He just wants them gone. By the way, for those listening, we're gonna I said this before we started recording.
The Atlanta Thrashers route.
No, not again. I said this before we started recording. We're gonna be doing another one of these talking about Arizona probably in the next week or two because knowing Arizona, some stupid news is gonna come up with them, and we'll be getting Tyler on to talk more about it. He just couldn't make it today, but so he had mentioned to me about a few days ago that apparently they have a new stadium potentially lined up. They just haven't announced where yet, whether or not it's like already existing or they're building a new one. The other thing he mentions too is that they're never going to go as much as he wants them to because Gary Bettman has put in so much effort to make sure that the Coyotes stay. Like, they've gone bankrupt like literally twice in their existence, having been, because remember, they were the Phoenix Coyotes when they started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they went bankrupt, and then they became the Arizona Coyotes, and they moved, and there was a whole mess. But it's just like Bettman sees something in them, and that's why he's kept them for so long.
He's going all in on the warm cities.
Yeah,
like that, and like Vegas makes sense. It's an entertainment.
Vegas, and the thing is though is it's so weird because like when you look at Arizona, and people ask, when they became a team 20-something years ago, 30 years ago almost.
They used to be the Jets, right?
Yeah, they used to be the old Winnipeg Jets, right? You got to ask, like, is desert hockey going to be lucrative? Like, is it marketable, right? And so Arizona's survived. Now, granted, they've had a lot of problems over the last few years, but they've been kept alive. And then Vegas showed up, and it has, I think, a little more proof that desert hockey does work. But at least with Vegas, they have that market that like people will still go. Management is there, that they haven't screwed anything up yet. Emphasis on the yet because Vegas is a wild card. They really are. But the Arizona Coyotes, like the fact that they're being told that they have to be out of the arena by the 30th of June, like everything, is just hysterical to me. Like, what did you do? Why? There's a reason they're not renewing a contract with you guys.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just, I can't I don't know. My thing.
I think Gary Bettman was just like, did they not negotiate a good enough? Did the Arizona Coyotes organization not offer up a good enough deal or a good enough offering for
maybe they
for the Glendale arena?
I mean, because it's the city that owns the arena, right? The city of Glendale owns the arena. I believe so.
Yeah, and then,
so probably when they were doing the negotiations, like whatever they get from that helps the economy for the city. But maybe the owners cheaped out. Maybe the Arizona Coyotes owners cheaped out.
Well, he says he's going into good faith. What is it? Good faith negotiation with the city. We remain open to restarting good faith negotiations with the city, says Mr. Gutierrez, the president and
The
CEO.
CEO, yeah. Let's see. So there's that. There's where did this number come from? Okay, this is interesting. So the city manager of Glendale, named Kevin Phelps, has said that the decision not to renew the operating agreement with the Coyotes was not made overnight. We weighed input from key stakeholders, expert economists, and arena management firm and city council. He also mentions that the arena management, ASM Global, is owed 1.4, roughly $1.5 million right now by the Coyotes. And this was from a month and a bit ago. He mentions we've reached that point of no return and there's no wavering from it. And then mentions, of course, that, or not him, but Katie Strang does mention that the Arizona Coyotes will need to vacate. So the fact that they owe money as well, on top of the fact that they're getting kicked out of the arena, might have a new one set up. We don't know. This is where I lead to my favorite conspiracy theory ever. And this is going to be such a throwback to long ago when we did an episode talking about where would you put a new team. Bring back the Quebec Nordiques. Bring them back. You want chaos? Bring back the Nordiques. Seriously.
Yo, man, that Quebec hockey, that Montreal versus
the Nordiques would be the most deadly thing.
Oh yeah.
There will be fire just everywhere. It'll be great. I think it mentions here on the Sportsnet article that where'd it go? Actually, it's the very end. Quebec City has applied for an expansion franchise, and they applied for it about 6 years ago. Not to mention they have an arena that can hold a hockey team, so they're ready. They're ready to go. It's just the Arizona Coyotes are just sitting here like, well, we're gonna play another season, and we don't know where we're gonna go after this, but we might, but we don't. And probably every person in Quebec City right now is just like, all you have to do is not just don't make the playoffs, and just make sure no fans show up, and then they'll get us, and then we'll get the team, which is possible.
Yeah, imagine Gary Bettman makes the announcement. The team will no longer be in Arizona. Team will be moving to, I think, all Quebec City residents are like, let's go. It will be moving to Atlanta. And they're just seeing the look of disappointment on all of their faces, and just the riots going on in Quebec City.
We don't need another
these stupid Americans.
Quebec slander. Yeah. No, it's I don't even know where to go from here, because the Arizona Coyotes are just everything I've read about the organization since new ownership took over has just been absurd. And now there's this where they might not even have a place to play. That's hilarious. You would think for an organization, for a hockey organization, for ownership and management to be thinking hey, we couldn't come to an agreement with the arena we're in. We got to figure out something now. Don't be announcing this shit. What are we? 3, 4, a month away from the season? And knowing that this is the last season they're going to be playing in this arena? At this point, part of it, I think the reason they probably got the news out this late is, hey, maybe it'll get fans to buy season tickets. Maybe that'll work. Might not. It's Arizona. It's a whole, I don't know. Parse? Anything?
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're ready.
He's ready.
He's ready. He's ready. I'm just gonna mute and let you go.
What? Are you serious? You can't pay the bills. You're kidding me? You're kidding me right now. You're kidding. I can't believe it. This is what I think. This is what I believe. First of all, the comment section is hilarious on this entire issue. All right. Just to bring it into light, one of the commenters said, Quebec City, here we come. And I actually second him. I think it needs to go now. This is beyond embarrassing. You've had about a numerous amount of scandals in the last 4 years. And when you did have a comparable team that should have made it to the second round, you didn't. So I'm at the point where we just need to move this team. Sorry, it's over. And it's hilarious. I mean, Quebec City or maybe another city. Wisconsin needs it. I don't know. Somebody else needs to do this. I can't see Atlanta doing it, but bring back the Nordiques. I'm second with the Yusuf. Let's just do it. Let's call it a day.
I mean, if they really want, there's another where the Cardinals play, State Farm Stadium. They could go there. That's also in Glendale. Unless they're doing it out of spite and they want to move back into where the Suns play.
Might. They could move. Yeah, they could move to where the Suns play, which is in the city of Phoenix. I'm pretty sure, but it's just like it. I think more now. It goes. It's a matter of two things. Number one is, will fans be wanting to go see the team? Because Arizona's not great. I don't know who needs to hear that, because it's common knowledge.
When the only people who are coming to your games are the Matthews family, when the Arizona Toronto's playing, you have a huge problem.
By the way, can we just say the comment section on the Sportsnet article for this? I just want to say my favorite comment so far is, at this point, Austin Matthews makes more money than the Arizona Coyotes.
Yikes.
If you wanted to press F, now's the time.
Press F in the chat to pay your respects, bro. It's so, like, they could move, they could relocate to Quebec. I don't think the NHL is going to want to
Hold on. What about Hamilton or Markham?
Well, we already talked about the whole.
We did talk about that a while ago.
It's the whole, like, Toronto.
It's a whole.
MLSE just doesn't want to give up that area.
Exactly. Yeah,
so that's not going to happen. I wouldn't mind seeing Wisconsin, because I'm surprised they don't have a team.
Wisconsin is a great state for hockey.
Yeah, then they can have that. They could have the rivalry with Chicago. It's probably going to be in either Milwaukee or Madison. And so they could have that rivalry with Chicago and the rivalry, the general state rivalry with Minnesota. So that could be that's two rivalries there. You can play a lot of games and get a lot of numbers there.
They're in that Midwestern region where it's like it's good because you've got Chicago, you have the Wild. When the Red Wings win a Stanley Cup in 2026. They'll be coming for you, So hey,
I can't take you seriously when you say those things. 26. We have a lot of years to go, bro.
No, yeah, I think he meant 2026 T. Yeah, so the year 20,260. Sorry, yeah.
We're on better track of this rebuild than the Leafs are ever.
Downtown Detroit, the biggest parade ever.
Yo, dude, if they actually win the Stanley Cup, I'm driving home. But
2020.
At least that Midwestern region of the United States, you could set up a whole new. You could realign the divisions so it's a little easier on travel too. You have a team in Wisconsin, so then you have the Milwaukee Giannis, the Milwaukee Giannis's. We're gonna name the team after Giannis, because at this point everything in Milwaukee is going to be named
International Airport.
Yes, you've got them.
I think that should already be a thing.
If they actually really did rename it the Tom Brady International Airport, do you think that he would have stayed?
No. He would not have.
No.
He probably would. He probably would have left regardless.
Fans need to get over it.
You know what the best part is? The only people not. This is just a side tangent. I apologize to anybody listening, but the fact that the only people that are still talking about Tom Brady leaving are not New England fans. Because everyone else got over it. We're just like, all right, cool, he's gone. Thank you for bringing us 5 Super Bowls, but Cool. Go do whatever. 6 Super Bowls. Go do whatever the hell else you want with your life. Calm.
But he wasn't supposed to succeed.
Yeah. The first year.
Yep.
The first year.
When your ex gets
That-
something way better.
Stop.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Man's a
Dang.
goat. He just leaves and then goes
Wins
to
up.
the team with the worst win record,
Yep.
and then he wins the Super Bowl with them.
Casually.
I mean,
It's
it helped
just-
that he brought along Gronk with him.
It did help that he brought Gronk. So there was that. And Gronk just decided to play football again. It was great. But hockey, yeah. Moving. Could you move could there be another Florida team? Orlando?
You
No.
probably could. Maybe up.
It would have to be
I don't know,
northern
'cause then
Florida,
it's
wouldn't
just
it?
like in the
I would
southern
strongly be
region.
against it only because look at the Panthers, attendance.
You might as well just put it in Atlanta. At
That's
that
the
point.
thing, right? Is like
You
the
want
Panthers.
another-
The Panthers.
If you want to
it's
put
like,
another southern
Oh.
team, you might as well put it in Atlanta.
I guess, but Atlanta, they've already had 2 and both failed. That was the problem, right? But like with the
Yeah,
Panthers,
it
the
didn't
Panthers
work.
are weird in that like considering they have like mediocre attendance, they are a good team. So hopefully they're going to see like a bit of a correlate, like a positive correlation at that like soon, because they're like a season or 2 away from being like actual cup contenders, in my honest opinion. But we'll have to see about that. It's just like Arizona. I don't think it's working. I don't think it works anymore. Not to mention, like with the way ownership has been running things, as if he's not the only crazy owner. There's so many more in the league and whatnot. But it's like where it could take him to Quebec, take him to like Central Canada, maybe. Like maybe
I don't know.
Sasky. I don't know.
That's why I recommended.
Asky gets a team.
Dude.
All right, there, bud.
That's why
Yeah.
I recommended Wisconsin, right?
Right.
Like there's a hockey area, and they have the population to support it.
Mhm.
I mean, you might be splitting some of the Chicago Blackhawks fans, but you know,
It's fine.
like,
they're on a
you could
decline.
probably
Probably
support it.
still need to change the name.
Yeah. By the way,
Oh, yeah,
there should
Chicago.
probably
Let's not
be-
talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
later,
Chicago
I guess.
hockey team. Anyway,
Yes.
they're gonna split with Chicago, and you know, Milwaukee metro area's got about 1.5 million. So that's the metro area of Milwaukee. So you could have people traveling in from like Madison or Green Bay or whatever, going to watch games like they
Yeah.
would watch, the Bucks play.
Yeah.
Portland. Portland doesn't have a
would be
hockey
interesting.
team.
Portland would be interesting. I think
Um,
considering they have Seattle right now, I think they're just going to see how that.
Yeah, but do you,
pairs.
like the thing with like Seattle is like they don't have a basketball team anymore, so
Right.
they can support a hockey team at the same time, like during the same seasons.
Yeah.
But like, do you think Portland would be able to support? Like it's a expensive, it's a very like expensive city full of like a rich, wealthy city is what I mean to say. Like
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you think there are enough hockey fans in Portland? Maybe. Because they already have a basketball team there.
They have a
and
basketball team.
Same, like the seasons
It's-
overlap. So do you
Yeah.
think they'd be able to?
Seasons overlap, and then you also have to look at like location wise, like would they be in the city of Portland? Would they be like slightly outside the city of Portland? And then you have to look at neighboring markets around them. So you've got the California boys below, but no one gives a shit about the California hockey teams right now because they all suck. So there's that. You have the Kraken, who are like the hottest thing in the league right now because they're about to start. And then you have your friendly neighborhood Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, but that's
a
all
little
pretty
further
far.
west.
So that's not really.
Yeah, that's still farther down, obviously, but it's like that area of the United States, right? Like
Mhm.
it. Because if you move Arizona, you have to should have another team because then we're still going to have 32 teams total, and that equals out in the divisions. But it just becomes like, well, it becomes a little bit of a weird situation as to what city would be willing to do that. And I think with Seattle coming, we might maybe we'll see Portland potentially like put their name in a hat for something like that in the future. But while I'm at it, I'm just doing a little more research, finding whatever I can update wise to this Arizona news. And I love that the actual athletic article that Katie Strang wrote up a week ago for this.
Mhm.
Where did Parse go? Okay. The headline just says Glendale to boot Coyotes from arena. And I'm like, that's just boot. You could say they are leaving. You could say anything else, but no.
No, they're getting kicked out, bro.
And then the
They out.
sub headline is just point of no return. I just
They're
this is
outie.
just they're outie. I believe. Yeah, it's like, oh my god. It my whole gripe though, I think at the end of the day. Also, hey, this is unrelated. Anton, are we getting rain in the forecast today? Because I just heard thunder.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It got dark fast. Oh shit. Yeah. It'd be nice if we had some rain actually, but it's one of those. This is one of those situations where, like, you know, you'll hear about, like, in years past, about when teams fold. There's like bad management. That was lightning. Sorry. You'll hear about, like, you know, bad management and whatnot. Like, I've read through Brian Burke's book, and he talks about, like, when Hartford folded in the '90s. Talk about when, like, the Atlanta Thrashers lamed out because they just weren't doing good at all and became the new Jets. In Arizona, it's shocking that they've gone through a bankruptcy, being owned by the NHL, to getting an actual owner in Alex Maruello, to just doing all that, and now they're still in this situation. So yeah. Any last thoughts?
Oh, I just realized. So Portland already has a WHL team, but they don't have an NHL team. And they do have an arena to support it. I mean, like where the Trailblazers play, you know, that's like 20,000 people. Where else? I'm just looking at a list of all the different arenas that a team could possibly relocate to. What's the minimum? Like 12,000 or something like that?
Probably 12, 13,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch in New York that if New York wants a fourth team.
No, we can't. Tyler won't shut the fuck up about it then.
Yeah.
For my own sanity.
New York, jeez.
The Arizona Coyotes live from Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
No, it's like
Billings, Montana. They can't support that population.
No.
I mean, what if they do win?
What? What if they win the Stanley Cup? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand that the logo behind me has a better chance of winning the cup than Arizona does, and they are a team that is like.
Think about that. String of injuries across so many of the major teams, specifically goalies, and then Arizona Coyotes win the Stanley Cup. Then they have to leave. The parade.
At what point are you
okay, gonna here's the thing, though. No. Here's the thing is what.
Yeah, it's thunder. Okay, get over it.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm thinking about the scenario in my head about, like, the whole hockey thing. Thunder's fine. I've got my Thunder buddy. I've got Yoda here. It's fine. But just think about it, right? Okay, so the only real threats in the West are Colorado, Vegas, and, like, maybe Minnesota if they have a good year, right? Arizona, they're not, like, bottom barrel, but they're in that, like, really weird middle part where, like, they could be really, really good.
Yeah.
Or they could be just horse shit the whole season. We don't know yet.
The Alberta teams keep flaming out. No pun intended.
Yeah. And then you have Calgary and you have Edmonton, like a high ceiling, low expectation.
Like Vegas,
so,
they did.
Yeah, like if you think about it, right? Like, if Arizona somehow gets into, like, into a way of the playoffs where they'd have to deal with Colorado. They'd probably get destroyed. But if Colorado's all injured, they're fine, right? So you get past that. Then you get to round what was that? Then you get to the conference finals where they probably play Vegas in the conference finals in the West, and say they somehow beat Las Vegas, right? Vegas is all beaten up, okay? And then you get to the Stanley Cup final. All you have to worry about is whoever survived that bloodbath in the East. There's like 5 teams that could kill each other for the Cup right now, including Tampa Bay, going for 3. Mm-hmm. And Tampa, right? Now Tampa, here's the thing. Tampa has just signed Corey Perry. Corey Perry made the finals last year with Montreal and the year before Dallas, but he lost both of them. What if it's a curse? Now he's on Tampa Bay, and the Lightning are going to lose the Stanley Cup to the Arizona Coyotes. And then the Coyotes, I'm stopping here. This is too much. This is actually too much.
We got to either Arizona wins the Cup or they're moving out of town.
Yeah, basically.
This is your legit, have all the music playing,
Yep.
Just a small town girl.
Hey, that's our anthem.
You know what? They got to start playing that song because that's the only, it's $1 in a dream at this point. And
I guess so.
I'm honestly super excited to see it, whether it flames out or not. And maybe this time next year we could be talking about the Nordiques. That's all I'm going to say. Final thoughts.
Honestly, like not my final thoughts, but like, do you think we could see a reality where the Coyotes might actually like market the fact that this is their last season in the arena? Be like, this is our goodbye from Gila River Arena. So come see games.
Not until halfway through, not until December break will they start marketing it, because it wouldn't make sense to do it early.
Yeah,
it's not a farewell tribute, but
I mean,
I think they'd be shocked to start doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like at the end, it's just like, come see our last games, and then the other people would be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I gotta watch my dog tonight.
Yeah,
like I'm a little tired. The next season of Love Island just got released, so I think I'm gonna watch that.
Yep.
The paint on my wall is drying. I kind of want to watch that.
I gotta walk my goldfish. I gotta get take time
instead of watching you guys play.
Yeah, anything but watch the Coyotes, which like it sucks, but also you get what you get for being an organization like that. Anton, final thoughts?
At least the Suns are doing well.
Yeah, the Suns are doing great. I have very high hopes for the Suns for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
great.
got something to hold on to.
They do.
So it's not like the Suns are doing bad and Arizona's leaving. The Coyotes are getting kicked out of their stadium.
Yeah, Arizona's got like
President Gutierrez doesn't have anything to hold on to. It's not like he can be like, come on, we're the better team than we're the best Arizona team there is right now.
No, you have the Coyotes, who are just a mess. You have
Cardinals
the Suns,
are okay, right?
Cardinals are doing. How do they look? They're not looking bad for next season. Not great, but they're not looking bad. Yeah, we'll get into more of that later with Parse and Tyler, but.
I don't know how the Diamondbacks are doing.
Oh, the Diamondbacks are just not a franchise anymore. They are just so bad, it's not even funny.
Okay. So
the
Diamondbacks.
The Diamondbacks just don't exist. That's the running joke with my friends. But
let's go Nordiques or the Des Moines.
Go Nordiques.
Danger.
The Des Moines.
Or the Milwaukee. I don't know.
The Milwaukee.
I'm trying to think of an alliteration.
The Milwaukee Blue Feathers.
Milwaukee Moose.
The Milwaukee something.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Parse.
Yeah. The Portland Peacocks.
I'm pretty sure if they could put it in the Midwest, they should put it up in Green Bay. They have a lot of, those type of fans would love it.
Hey, man, they're about to lose Aaron Rodgers to jeopardy, so they're going to have to do something.
Aaron's done with that franchise. Anyways, back to hockey.
Back to hockey.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. I don't know. Anyways, my final thoughts aren't really final thoughts. It's just like, Arizona, please get your shit together for like the 15th time. We've asked you this so many times. Just please.
I think we both need this. Like Arizona and everybody else who's, the entire league, between you, Arizona, the league, myself, Yusuf, Anton. I think it's best that we just part ways.
Yep. Just
and
say goodbye.
Become reborn.
Yes. Be
At this
new.
point.
Be anew.
We've had some good times. You not so much. But we've had good times.
Yes.
You've had times. And what I gotta say is to the Quebecois listening, don't get your hopes up, because Gary Bettman is a betting man, and he's betting on Arizona for some freaking reason.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah.
Just my eulogy.
Bonjour, oui, oui, lucky.
My eulogy to the Coyotes is very simple. I don't know how you as a franchise can go from controversially picking a racist kid in the 4th round to then having to cut ties with that kid because the news got too much, to then having your 1st round picks taken away from you because you decided to hold a scouting combine earlier than the actual scouting combine, and they caught it as cheating. And the only way you could get yourself out of that mess was trading with other teams to get at least one pick in the 1st round. Somehow you didn't mess that up. I'm proud of you, but it's just, I don't know how. What are you doing, Arizona? I will ask that every day until June 30th, when you are no longer a team and B, in the state of Arizona. But until then, this has been the Sporculation. We don't know that yet. This has been the Sporculation podcast, though. Be sure to check us out on Spotify, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe, share to your friends, do all that stuff. Get pumped because hockey season is starting, and it's just going to be a whole mess. We're just here to have some fun, help a brother out, help your brothers out here. I am Yusuf.
I'm Parse.
I'm Anton.
And au revoir.
Nordiques. We won it.
Viva
Quebec City, let's go.
Viva la Nordiques.